Hey yo,
Hey, yo.
Go
We
ahead.
live, huh?
Yeah.
They been say 0 people in here. All right, now it's 10. All right, man. Look, so why we here? Y'all seen the thumbnail already. Y'all see the title. Y'all seen Carlo. Y'all seen the contract. But we here to ask y'all, will he eventually become the New Orleans Pelicans starting center? We're gonna break down some film, and we're gonna tell y'all, will he disappoint or surprise this upcoming season? Show live now.
First took away. After this, get your money's worth now.
Welcome to another Pro Pills Talk episode. You got my dog Lito here. You got myself, brought to you here by Company Burger, brought to you here by Scott Vicknair. Well, of course, they always fight for the win. Brought to you by Standard Mortgage. You know what I mean? Somebody here, is on a commercial. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, make sure you get that cup. Make sure you get that
Yeah.
stand when you sign your mortgage. Check this out. You get the cup, man. You get the Yeti. It keep your joints hot. It keep them cold. However you wanna play it. You know what I'm saying? Like stand the mortgage for the win.
Yeah. So Lito an actor now. And so is Justin. Ross declined the opportunity to be an actor. We know Chaz is already an actor, and it looked like Five gonna be next. He got a commercial coming up too, man. So you know what I'm saying. Let's keep it that way. I don't need to be involved. So y'all will, if y'all miss the Standard Mortgage commercial, y'all will see Lito doing a terrible job at acting and screen reading very soon. At some point, you'll also hear from Crystal Hot Sauce. But yeah, man, we here to talk. We here to talk Carlo. And I mean, the Pelicans signed him to a contract a few days ago. 3 years. He is still playing the summer league. Be curious how many games he ends up playing. The Pelicans don't have a strong center room right now. It's like a New Orleans Saints receiver room for a couple years ago. It's a big question mark, but they like their room. So apparently this was all by design. So
yeah, I guess. Hey, look, before we get into the show, right? Like we go treat Carlo like anybody who we have not watched film on. Because to be honest with y'all, ain't a lot of good Carlo film. This is just me talking to y'all's family. It's not a lot of good film. I was in summer league. No, Justin, we not gonna stop hating on games. No, and that's crazy, Denzel. I was A1 from day one. Like from what I heard, the reviews
you talk
I
like
got.
that?
Yeah, man, I talk like a drug dealer from Harlem. The reviews I got, you know what I'm saying? It was. I made one in the street. But listen, man, Karlo, I watched him play summer league last year. Me, Justin, and Follw. He wasn't good.
Okay.
He wasn't good at all.
So
yeah.
I mean, look, I know a lot of Carlo's negatives have been put on display already. Y'all told me about y'all experience watching him in summer league, but you were also the guy. And Chaz brought this screenshot up a couple days ago. You were also one of the people that agreed that Karlo Matkovic would be the Pelicans starting center 2 years from today.
Yeah.
So
I did.
You said,
I said that.
Yeah. You said in 2022.
Yeah, I did.
I think it was shortly after the draft. It was summer league. It was something. And you mentioned that you thought he would be the starting center. So let's talk about his positives. Let's talk about the positives that he brings as a cheap young big. What's the first thing that jumps off the screen when you watch Carlo play?
Athleticism. His athleticism is how he got here. And to be honest, I'm glad you said that because I wanted to, before we watch, like, I got some summer league film, but I wanted to take it back to the beginning of how I arrived at that point in 2022. Watching his draft workouts. I think that's how we got here. That's how Carlo got to this spot. And I think we got a DeJounte Murray musing a building, man. Shout out to you.
Yeah.
Shout out to you, man.
The boy say WSP.
I don't know what that means, but
I'm assuming it mean what's up.
you can't just spell that out though. Like it's right. That's crazy. But listen, Carlo has great athleticism for a big. He's 6'10". He's 23 years old. His measurables jump off the screen at you when you watch the film. That was crazy.
One more time. Anyway,
So
so athleticism. I think he's a solid roller, but that plays into one of his weaknesses, which is screen the basketball. I think he got a solid motor. It gets up and down the floor pretty quickly. You saw him, one of the plays in summer league. He ends up showing off the athleticism and the hustle, blocking. I don't know what he turns over the ball, runs in transition on the break, blocks a layup, goes back down and puts a putback in. And really, when you look at him and Missy, they're doing similar things. Karlo has a better understanding, of course, of who he is and what's going to be asked of him. But look, man, I mean, I like the athleticism. It's just a matter of what type of IQ is he going to be able to show? What type of processing does he have? Is he going to be able to pick up the nuances of what it means to be a center in his league? Can he stop turning over the basketball? Is he going to be able to do some of the things that a center does as a connective piece of running an offense, even for a few minutes a game? Can he improve as a screener? But the athleticism, the lob finishing ability, the ability to get up and down the floor are all pluses. And it's fucked up. These are things that we've been kind of asking for a while. And be careful what you ask for, dog. Be careful what you ask for, because it's gonna be a lot of lapses if these two are getting, or either of these two between Missy and Karlo, I think are getting minutes. But you're talking about dudes that will probably be playing 10 to 15 minutes. Can they be serviceable at times? Maybe, but it really is gonna come down to the mental element and how quickly they pick up. Can they stay out of foul trouble? But specifically for Karlo, how is he going to be able to defend his own? How is he going to be able to rebound? How is he going to be able, I think, to handle some of the elements off ball when he isn't involved in actions, or when he isn't being able to help weak side?
Yeah, man. Justin was talking about his turnovers in Spanish. So I'm gonna play. Shout out to JP. He put together some of Carlos' best plays. This is his page. It's just JP, so I don't know what else to tell you. But these are some of his best plays. This is how. Nah, we don't. Nah. See, you the reason that. Never mind. You the reason he famous though. I hate you for him. I hate him because of you. Anyways, Karlo, as you'll see here, the athleticism, bro, it just jump off the screen at you. Now, everything else that comes with it, like you saw last night, my man from Orlando Duff, he was unstoppable. Karlo got in foul trouble. They were basically clamoring for Missy to come back into the game at certain points, which is a little crazy, you know what I'm saying? Because he's much younger. But
yeah,
Karlo can do that. You know what I'm saying? Plays what this is not a diss. Plays where he don't have to think it. He could just do it. That's not a diss. That's not a diss. I said it wasn't a diss. Y'all heard me. That's not a diss.
Here's the thing I struggle with, right? There was a lot in the fan base, and I think even I had my issues with the reliance on Larry Nance, the inconsistency in how Jonas was using, and sometimes when Jonas was out there, his tendency to be picked on in space just because Jonas is 7 foot, traditional, big, slow footed, like just what he is, and the Pelicans not having a real third option afterwards, outside of going to other non-traditional, or maybe in today's world or today's NBA, traditional small ball units. But if the center position was already a weakness,
Mhm.
and you already, the staff was already looking for reasons not to involve Jonas, and he was being picked on already. And Larry Nance had his struggles at being 6'7", and not being healthy, and yeah, just not being a dude that you want to throw out there for 20, 25 minutes in important basketball games. How much worse do you think these guys are than what you've seen, or what the staff seems to have a tendency to go to anyway?
Yeah, I mean, cut off your nose to spite your face, right? Like you ask for more athleticism. You ask for uh somebody to be a lob threat, and like this is what you end up with. Like Carlo, oh, that was a great block. Carlo, he has potential to be a very serviceable player.
Mhm.
I wanted to read you his draft comps.
Okay.
Just to get an idea of like what we dealing with. So it says athletic big with good size, above average basketball IQ, plays with good motor, runs the floor well for a big, good leap route 2 feet, light on his feet, can elevate quickly, explosive finisher at the rim, likes to dunk the ball whenever he has a chance. I mean, that's always a good
Right.
sign. Very good in pick and roll as the screener rolls hard to the basket, has shown potential as a passer in short rolls. Good shooting mechanics, high release point, stretch big potential, has shot well in the mid range, shot well in the mid range and sporadic chances he's had. Good rebounder on both ends of the floor. I ain't gonna lie, I ain't seen that yet, but we still early in year 2 of summer league. Now his weaknesses are this: he's still very raw. He's kind of lean for a center and must add weight to support his upper body. He hasn't expanded his game. Can't really create his own offense. There's been actually a small sample size of him shooting from the perimeter. He should extend his range all the way to 3. Inconsistent shooter, no face-up game. Um, a difficult at times he finds it difficult to finish plays through traffic. Must add some finesse to his game. Very foul prone.
So let's talk about some of the centers that have been, or shit, all the centers that have been in the David Griffin era. There's been
Yeah.
no one that people have been satisfied with. They all have flaws, right?
Yeah.
So you gotta, I guess what you have to ask is, are Carlo's flaws equal or extremely worse than all the other centers that have kind of arrived and left? So Derek Favors, Steven Adams, Jackson Hayes, Nicola Melli, Jonas Valanciunas, of course, Billy Hernan Gomez, Larry Nance, Cody Zeller. We're not talking about household names here.
Mm-hmm.
So what I wonder about with Carlo, especially for a team that struggled to figuring out their identity at the center position anyway, is if he simply is out there being athletic, can that get him by night to night or every other night? Or can he at some point be serviceable? Because the Pelicans were not happy or not satisfied with what they were throwing out there anyway. And obviously, the long-term goal is to find another center anyway. Like that seems to be the goal. That seems to be what they were fishing for. So can a dude like Carlo get you by? And I don't know. Like that. I really don't know. But if you ask me, if Carlo goes out there and plays, if he goes out there and plays with intensity, he plays fast, and he just out hustles and out athletes a good majority of others, maybe there's something there that can give you a decent, even if it's every other night or a couple times a week, 10, I mean, and I'm assuming somewhere around 10 minutes a game. I'll be surprised if he plays more than 10 minutes a game if he plays that.
So you asking me if he's just athletic, will he make a difference in the game?
If he's athletic with a motor, is that enough to overcome his disadvantages with the situation that you have and I'll be honest, it's a bunch of weird and confusing fits right now. But you would have to say the Pelicans have overwhelming offensive talent right now. I mean, I would just don't know how the fuck it's gonna look.
I say, yeah, if he gonna go out there just be athletic with who you have with the amount of talent that they have with being on the floor, Zion, DeJounte, Brandon. I think if he's smart, okay, for instance, hold on, watch this. If he can just be in the right spot on the floor, right, to be in a dunker spot, to catch something like this, all he got to do is just be athletic. He's athletic. He can do that. Now, look, guys in the NBA athletic too. So,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It's not like he an outlier in that, you know what I'm saying, that spot. But and the other side of it too is guys are gonna be taller than him. They go way more than him. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna be physical with him. But I'm not relying on this right here. I'll be honest with you. And this don't look like a bad shot though.
No. I mean, it looks like something that would easily be. No, it does. Fuck a bad shot. That's a good shot.
Yeah.
Don't know the consistency of it. Don't know what it looks like in full game time. I've seen him knock down a couple, but it's not like he's gonna just. We're not gonna confuse him for Brook Lopez all of a sudden. But, you know, I mean, there were some things a few years ago about the Pelicans thinking of him being someone who replaces Larry Nance.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of folks are thinking that some were thinking more of a center, and others are thinking the small ball five, whatever that means. But some of those same folks said that was going to be EJ Liddell. So
I did, to be honest. Like I thought that's who it would be. I thought that was like Larry's eventual replacement.
Yeah. And see, I don't disagree with this. I don't disagree with this. But you know, some would argue the West centers were killing any center option that you've had over the previous years as well. You know, and I guess the good thing about it, at least from my perspective, is if there is a position to gamble with, I know a lot of folks are looking. This may be the worst center rotation in all of basketball. It could be. You know, it probably is.
It is.
But if there is a slot in the NBA to gamble with, talent, or you know, gamble with depth, it's the center in 2024. It's like, you know, the running back in the NFL. Like, it's just not treated the same way that it's gonna be, because it don't matter who you got out there, you're not stopping the best anyway. You ain't stopping Embiid, you're not stopping Jokic, you ain't stopping shit. Most nights you ain't stopping Cat. He ain't, you know, Karlo ain't stopping JV, but can you get by? Can you survive?
I think that's the question, and I think that's a good question. And the answer, I don't think there's a definite answer to that question, because basically Karlo and Missy are both rookies. And I don't know for sure, like, if I could get by with two bigs who are rookies in my starting, you know, not my starting lineup, but in the rotation. Listen, Karlo will definitely should not be the starter. I don't know what Willie Green and Griff and company are thinking, but he should not be the starter. Tice should be the starter, but he will need to get minutes at the position. Sure. Now, is he good enough, athletic enough, mobile enough to get by just based on that, with no actual like structure of how the game is played in the NBA? I'm saying in the NBA specifically, because that's what he does not have minutes. He's zero NBA minutes. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. And the only way we're gonna know that, unfortunately, is to play.
That's the only way. And I'm sorry, I said could be. I was being very generous. This is the worst center rotation by far in basketball. But Look, one of the things I'm interested about, and it feels like this Brandon. It feels like Brandon Ingram's going to be a part of the team. And I don't know what that means, but if there's any opportunity for the Pelicans to get beyond whatever that situation looks like, they're going to have a ridiculous amount of offensive artillery and weapons. I think, at least. I think if you got now, who knows how the hell it's going to work. But if you have Zion, if you have Brandon, if you have CJ, if you have Trey, DeJounte, Herbert, some stretches, whatever the hell is that, Jordan Hawkins, like the firepower is there.
You want go over the roster, Chris?
Yeah.
Hold on.
You can. It just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make any sense. So it's hard to, like, you don't even know how to pencil in. You don't even know who started.
I'm gonna just give you the roster, just how ESPN got it. I'm gonna just tell you from the top of the roster to the bottom of the roster.
Yeah.
So we starting with Jose Alvarado.
Okay.
You got Isaiah Brockington.
Why is Isaiah Brockington's name keep coming up?
You got Jamal Cain.
Okay. I saw Willie talking to him the other day. He played Miami.
Heat fans was mad they lost him. Yeah. I saw a lot of Heat Twitter were like, damn, man, he was like, and I'm like, he averaged 2. Xylon Cheatham. I don't know how, bro.
They gotta fire whoever puts together bro. Xylon's in like Taiwan somewhere right now. So
this is on ESPN though. So this is the crazy part. Jalen Crutcher.
Jesus, guys. Okay, keep going.
That's
none
crazy.
of these people.
That's crazy. Jordan Hawkins. All right, I'm gonna tell you for sure. Jordan Hawkins, Malcolm Hill. Malcolm Hill's on the roster.
Okay. Jalen Crutcher is crazy.
Brandon Ingram.
Okay.
Herb Jones. How they ain't update? ESPN ain't update their roster, but they updated Herb Jones's number to 2. Like you still got Jalen Crutcher and Xylon Cheatham on the team, but you updated her. All right. CJ McCollum.
They need to hire more people.
Yves Missy, Trey, DeJounte, Antonio Reeves, Jeremiah Robinson Earl, Matt Ryan, Daniel Tice, Zion Williamson. I'm saying that to say you said an overwhelming amount of offensive power.
Yep.
Jose Alvarado.
Yep.
Hawk, Hill, Ingram, Herb, CJ, Missy, Murphy, Murray, Reeves, Robinson Earl, Ryan, Tice, and Williamson.
Yep.
That does not feel like an overwhelming amount of offensive power.
So I mean, and this is all like we talking strictly talent, right? We talking strictly talent because we don't know how it's gonna fucking look, and most of us feel like it's gonna be a disaster. But that that could be factual, that could be wrong. We don't know, right? Even though most of us feel like, as currently constructed, this is a disaster waiting to happen. But let's say you just talking talent, right? Let's say they find a way to make this shit work. If it's Zion, Brandon, CJ, Trey, DeJounte, that's 5 offensive talents. Herb 6, Jordan Hawkins 7, I'm assuming. Mm-hmm. Like if you just talking about, again, talent, you look around the league, bro, I don't know how many teams have that level of individual talent. Doesn't mean that they're gonna fit together. That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? You talking about shit. I think out of the 6 or 7 I named, 4 of them have already averaged at least 20 points a game once in their career.
Mm-hmm.
You know, who knows what the hell that means? But in the offseason, what else we got to talk about right now? It's gonna have to be a lot of sacrifice, and it's gonna be some ugly looks. But if it's as constructed, that's the only thing I can think of, bro, is that offensively, they're gonna have to be like they're gonna have to be a juggernaut.
Hey, they got a personal opinion. This is my thoughts. They gotta play small more often than not. Like they're I think Tice is a good rotational player.
Probably.
I don't think he's an NBA starter, but in the on this team, he gonna have to be. I think that if you get Karlo in the game, this is where I think the Karlo could work. You get Karlo in the game, and you drop the half court sets and you just focus on running. I think then he will win those minutes.
I mean, look, I mean, bro, well, I mean, and think about this. If he's coming off the bench, not saying that they're gonna swap for swap. There's a chance that Herb Jones and CJ McCollum, or Herb Jones and Trey Murphy, or Trey Murphy and CJ McCollum are coming off your bench. Like, we talking about some really good offensive threats that are starters in this league, that because of the weird way that this roster is set up will be coming off their bench. Like, the way that the minutes can be allocated with just the amount of offensive talent, I think that's what I'm thinking about. Like, it's going to benefit guys like Carlo, because in maybe past seasons, Carlo might be spending time with Jose Alvarado and Dyson Daniels, or Dyson Daniels and Najee Marshall, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, that level of guys, specialty players, role players. No, he got the opportunity outside of the stars to be coming off the bench with multiple offensive threats, multiple guys that can drop 20 easily. And that's what I'm thinking about when I'm thinking about the roster and the some of the ways that they'll be able to attack folks, which should open up easier opportunities for whoever the hell is at center.
With that being said, though, you mentioned it, you're talking about guys who have the ability to drop 20, but like, besides, let's say, DeJounte Murray, Jose Alvarado, who gonna get him involved?
I mean, it's gonna have to be those two, unless you're running Zion, Carlo pick and rolls. Brandon's a solid passer.
Brandon's a good passer.
Actually, Brandon's a really good passer for his position. CJ is, I would say, an above. Yeah, no. He's just not a lead guard.
Okay,
he's not a lead guard.
Listen, personal opinion, I just don't think he's a good passer.
He's not giving him the ball. No, he's not giving him the ball.
No,
he's not throwing an entry pass to him. You can't have him, be a lead guard. But if you're telling me your shooting guard is able to get you 5 to 6 assists and average, I think last year CJ averaged his worst or his lowest amount of turnovers per game. You're telling me that's a pretty good passer for his position. He's just not a point guard.
Hey, look, again, situationally, you get this man in space. The Pelicans don't really run sets anyways. It's actions and shit. So you get this man in like, you gotta run, dog. You gotta run, because then you putting him at his advantage. Because whoever the big is guarding him, they're not gonna be able to run with him, right? So let's just say you have Jokic on him, right? Jokic's gonna score 500 points. That's cool, right? But at the end of the day, you gotta make him work too. So if he's expending energy running up and down the floor with Carlo, I think those are the only way you can win those minutes. If you gonna play Carlo how you played Jonas, where you have Jonas standing on the perimeter, just taking threes, you know what I'm saying? Go stand in the corner if you want to be involved. Then, that's a loss. Same thing with this is not a Easy Missy show, but same thing with Missy. If you play fast, if you play faster than you have played, then he can you know, give you spot production from the center position simply because he's quick, he got a motor, he young, he want to run. All young players want to run for some reason, except the Pelicans. Like the Pelicans
But
got
he
the
has to run.
slowest young players. When I say that, I'm talking about like Dyson and Brandon. For whatever reason, like there's no fast break between them.
No. But here's what I'm saying. I guess to my point again about Karlo is that you mentioned how important spacing is going to be for him. If this roster stays the same, and they're gonna have to figure, of course, they're gonna have to figure out rotations and lineups, and and how to fit, what players play best together, how you align the minutes. But the space should be there. The space should be there. I just don't know how you have this amount of mixture between wings and guards. Zion really being being a power forward. Herb can play a little bit of power, a little bit of power forward. Trey's a swing man, a 3 or 4. But you're playing. What do you do to get this many offensive centric players all clicking together when your offense has been the question mark as is? But I'm saying just talent. Carlo gonna be the last thing on anybody's mind, and for a dude that wants to just get up and down the floor and play fast, that's your dream, right?
Yeah, for sure. I think dog, look, I'm being honest, we talking amongst family.
Yep.
That's kind of like my issue. That's the issue though, right? Like you telling me, you looking at the roster and you saying, look, they got talent. I don't know how this is all gonna work. I don't know how this is all gonna work. The issue for me is I don't think Willie know how it's gonna work.
No.
So again, if that's the case, like who can I rely on to tell me, yeah, we're gonna find a way to make sure X Zion has it. You saw plays. This is a Carlo show, but we just talking basketball at this point. You saw games last year where the Pelicans struggled to score fourth quarter points, and Zion didn't touch the basketball in a lot of those instances. Right? So if that's what we on, you add more talent to that. You got more dribbling, more ball handling, more shooting. Somebody got to have a foundational aspect or understanding of like what is happening and when it needs to. Situational coaching is important too, as well as like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I don't listen, bro. I'm not disagreeing with you at all. And I think we agree from the standpoint of if we're talking about winning basketball games. I don't like that's where the drop off is to me. But I'm just talking about like the change in your roster versatility and just a drop down in the type of players that he's going to be playing with drastically different with the roster currently scheduled, like set up right now, just how it's going to affect him. If you're not running into, last season, you'd have been looking at rotations and setup where there's some games where Najee Marshall and Jose Alvarado is going to be your backcourt. And Dyson Daniels is in the game as a small forward. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like this year, if this roster is set up the way that it is, you are going to have like when folks are healthy, there's not going to be a situation where either Brandon, DeJounte, CJ, or Zion are on the floor. You know what I'm saying? So the ball handling privileges are going to be totally different. The ball handling responsibilities are going to be totally different. Shit, Jose Alvarado might turn into more of an off guard depending on how this works. So I mean, I'm thinking about things like that. An opportunity when you're talking about that amount of offensive guys, that's a center's best friend.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't have to play with. No, they may not be the greatest of playmakers in regards to others involved. They may not be great distributors. They all may not be great any of that. But one of the things that they can do, they're all good creators. All those guys are good creators. Brandon's a good creator. CJ's a good creator. Zion, DeJounte, all good creators. Trey has gravity. Herb has smarts. I think I'm missing somebody. You know
Okay, so no, stay right. So I want you to let's talk about that point. You mentioned Brandon, right? Obviously, the elephant in the room is Brandon's contract. Brandon being here, how will Brandon even be involved in this? Like, how does Brandon get to a place where, because going into a contract year, I'm sorry, he's in a last year his contract. Obviously, Brandon is going to be hunting for his number so he can get paid from somebody.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be important to him. So how does he, I'm sorry,
want it?
So how does he fit into this basketball equation that we have? There's really no answers to it. How does Brandon get involved when now we got another person in DeJounte Murray who also needs the basketball, you know what I'm saying, who is important to Zion's success? Like, I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? These are the questions. The chat can answer that too. Like, how does Brandon get involved?
Listen, I mean, I think the first thing you said was fitting in. He has to fit in with what this game and this league is about right now. He has to modernize his game. He has to be more effective and more willing to thrive off the basketball. Like, DeJounte was somebody before last year who was an average to below average 3-point shooter, someone who lived in the mid range, someone who really you wanted to have the basketball in his hands. He became a better shooter, and he shot, I believe, more threes last year. Finally, like it worked out for him. That's what he decided to do. He took that step, and it was a big part. Like, I'd argue that if he doesn't take that step, I don't know if he's a Pelican. Like, if he's still a 34% 3-point shooter and he's shooting around the amount of threes that Brandon took, I don't think he becomes a Pelican. But he took that step and he got with the times a little bit and learned how to play off ball because of who he was playing with. He adjusted, right? Zion's generational, and all those other offensive talents are willing shooters or have improved their shot. Profile / volume. Zion's the only one who the rule doesn't apply because he's generational. But every one of those other guys, they've adjusted. Whether Brandon is in New Orleans or he's someplace else, he has to adjust for it to work best. Because when you got this amount of players that's gonna want the basketball, like you gonna have to move the basketball. It can't be stagnant. The pace can't be slow. The possessions can't be slow. You can't dribble for 10, 5 seconds and slow. Like he has to adjust, play faster, and he has to be more modern. But we've been saying that for how many years now?
Man, I want to say probably he's been here 6 years going on 6 or 7 years.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean,
it's a lot of the same stuff that we've been asking Brandon to do, but now, like, you got to do it. You have to. It's even more important to do it because you have another offensive threat involved that's going to require, to be involved, whether that's with or without the basketball.
Right. I'm about to post the link if anybody want to join the show. Pull up. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk. Talk about what y'all want to talk about. The show is about Karlo Matkovic. His title, could he eventually be the center? But for me, I want to know, like, whatever y'all want to talk about. We just kind of kicking it. Shout out to everybody in the chat. We got 133 people in here. I don't know what the likes are, but man, hit the like button. Hit the like button. You know what I'm saying? Pull up. Let's talk. The show is sponsored by Scott Vicknair. You know what I'm saying? Pull up on Scott. Standard Mortgage. Yeah. What I forgot?
You ain't forgetting nothing, but we might as well go ahead and play your commercial. Look, y'all, Lito an actor now in low budget films. You know what I mean? If y'all know anybody, you know what I mean, that's hiring average to below average actors or actors just trying to get started in their career. You know what I'm saying? Yo, Lito's your guy. Here's his first start.
Buying a house is one of the largest financial investments you'll ever make. That's why you need the experience and the support of the Standard Mortgage team. Whether you're looking to purchase, refinance, or consolidate debt through a cash-out refinance loan, Standard Mortgage will help you every step of the way. For the last century, we've grown to 7 locations across Louisiana, but we've always called New Orleans home. While others are busy raising your rates, we're focused on raising the standard. Visit us today at stanmore.com, STANMOR.com. NMLS number 44912, equal housing lender.
Stan Moore, y'all. Stan Moore.
Hey, hold on, man. Hold on, Justin. I mean, hold on. Oh, I called you Justin. That's crazy. Wow, y'all do look alike. Hey, listen, shout out to no shout out. Hey, there was a dude talking about, man, why Lito don't never have pants on?
He lied. Y'all niggas worship him. Lied.
Hey, bro, listen.
I don't know what you was about to say and where this conversation was.
Nah. Dudes in the chat talking about, man, you doing a commercial in shorts. First of all, don't worry about what's on my legs, bro. That's crazy. That's crazy. Worrying about what type of because I got on shorts in a commercial. Like, come on, man. This is the
but what you say they asked you again?
Man, why Lito don't ever have on pants? Why does he have on pants, man? Come on, have some respect for yourself, man. Put some pants, put some goddamn pants on.
Hey yo. Hey yo. Hey yo. Hey yo. Hey yo. Hey yo. Hey yo.
That's crazy, Cole. Cole, that's crazy. Don't be suspecting that, Cole. That's crazy.
All right. So,
to my dog BI in the building. What's up, BI?
To escape this conversation that was going down a terrible trajectory.
You and Justin looking alike? What fuck?
All of it.
All right.
All of it, man. But I'm serious though, Lito. Like I think that there's really only two ways that you can probably best utilize a high motor, athletic, big that lacks fundamentals or high IQ. And you either A, got to have really good table setters, or you just have to have a vast array of offensive talent that's going to take away attention and pressure off of him to where the only thing he got to do is run fast, rebound, put back, dunk, catch lobs, and knock down free throws.
I don't disagree with that. I don't disagree with that at all. But I think we actually saying the same thing. And in order to do that, though, you got to play, in my opinion, with him, you got to play faster. Like that 0.5 basketball that Willie was preaching year one, like you really got to live that. You really got to step into being like, and when I say productive, like I'm saying for me, if he give you 8 points, 8 rebounds, like I think that is a win. I don't think he's gonna give you 8 rebounds, but I think that like maybe 8.6 rebounds. I think that's a win. That's crazy, Cole. But look, let me ask you this. You wasn't on the show Sunday.
Mm-mm.
Give me based on the roster that I just gave you. Give me your total win prediction for the season.
What's the over under?
I think so there was a stat. Oh, fuck, I forgot who put it out there, but it was like 45 wins.
Over
45. Give me a number.
Because that's I mean I can't say 50, but I could say 47.
47?
I could say 47. Yeah, I mean I could say something like that. Only because even as weird as this shit is, I think the amount of just talent that they have, raw talent, is made for regular season victories. It's made for regular season success. Some of the guys already being there, some new guys coming in, because even they looked weird last season. You know what I mean? They looked weird the season before. You gonna need some luck in some areas, but again, bro, it's just hard unless they just all hate each other. Unless they just fucking hate each other, or somebody goes like Zion goes down with the season-ending injury, Lord, please no. But or the Brandon Ingram shit becomes so much of a distraction to where something like that.
It ain't a distraction though. Like you don't think it's a distraction?
I don't know. It should be, but I don't know for him because he not Jimmy Butler, right? You know what I'm saying? Like he not coming in yelling at the owner saying pay me, or is he?
I think his attitude would, game one or training camp would tell us a lot. Because he not a guy who go get in front of the media and talk much anyway. So like we not gonna get you're not gonna get a lot of commentary from him. You could just go have to see the games.
Yeah. Look, who you think coming off the bench? Who you say? Who the top two coming off the bench? You say?
Me, I said Herman, CJ.
Look, man. That's a strong 6th and 7th player coming off your bench. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's a very strong 6th player and 7th player coming off your bench. So if some of this shit just comes down to an arms race in the regular season and who finds a way to stay healthiest the longest. Are they built to as set up now to win a playoff series? Hell no. But can they win over 45 games? I think off damn near talent and some of the people that's been in the system and played with each other chemistry wise alone. I think so.
Let me ask you this. Just hypothetically speaking, if BI does not show up to training camp, what do you do?
You find him. You find him until he does.
Gotcha.
He'll show up.
Gotcha. Okay. Man, look, we dropped the link, man. Anybody want to pull up and talk some basketball? What's good? What y'all want to talk about out there?
What you say though, Justin? I mean, I'm sorry, not Justin. Well, Justin too. What'd you say, Lito? What'd you say over?
You said I look like Justin?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Just like, yeah.
Beige Rage coming together.
That's what the hat stand for.
Yeah. I said 42.
Man, yo, damn. I think the only way they get to, bro, because I look at it like this. They limped to what, 42 wins a couple years ago.
Oh, I'm sorry.
9 got hurt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Huh? I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. I can hear you.
You muted yourself. I can't hear you.
Oh, I said you can hear me? You can hear me?
Nah.
Chat, y'all can hear me?
We lost Lito, y'all. We lost Lito. Lito said 39? 39? Y'all bugging, dog. Y'all are bugging. Look, dog.
Hey, they said you still can't hear me?
Okay, so this is crazy. Y'all can hear Lito and y'all can hear me, but I can't hear him. Let me leave and come back here. Hold on. It's about to be propels Lito real quick. Hold on.
Yeah. I've been waiting to get his bum ass out of here so I could go solo. You know what I'm saying? He can't hear me anyway, so it really don't matter what I say. I said 39, Justin, yes. But truthfully, I'm gonna say 42. Because I don't know. I keep telling Chris about them bum ass Bluetooth headphones, bro. Like it ain't really worth it. You don't really need to do that. I'm not saying that JV is worth his bum ass come back. I'm not saying JV is worth 10 losses. I'm saying if I gotta take into account, I'm taking into account Najee in there also. I'm taking into account like year one of like new talent under a coach that don't really you gave a defensive coach a bunch of offense. So I don't really know how that's gonna work. I don't really feel good about that. That's just me though. If y'all feel like the over-under is higher than 48 wins, I ain't mad at you. I'm not mad at you. Me personally, like I just need to see it work. I think Brandon still being on the team is a distraction personally. We talked Sunday about Trey not getting a contract yet. Like all that gotta be aired out. All that gotta be aired out. And now you're at a point where I mean Trey got leverage in the situation too. You know, because at the end of the day, like Trey can decide, man, I don't really know if I want to be here. Like, you know what I'm saying? Especially if I'm still coming off the bench, especially if I'm still in the same role going into year 4 when you know he a player who covered it around the league pretty much. I don't know.
I'm trying to fix this shit, bro. I don't know what it, bro. It's crazy. Like,
Man, your headphones died? Did they
my
die?
headphones are alive, but I can't hear you.
Plug them in. Plug them into the computer.
What the fuck, man? Yeah, you leave it, come back in. I don't know what the fuck going on.
All right.
Shit just cut out. Let me see. Can I hear this? Let's play a commercial. God damn. It's awkward as hell. Let's see.
Hey, they sent no mind.
Hey, I know you. You helped my cousin after her car accident. Ever since you won her case, she's been doing great.
Oh yeah, Melissa. She told me she had a cousin who works here.
What can I get for you?
How about a large hot coffee, please?
1 hot coffee for Mr. Scott.
I can hear you now, Lito.
It's David.
Excuse me?
I'm David Vicknair, and
Lito.
this is my law partner, Brad Scott.
Hey, I can hear you.
Wait, so then which one of you is Scott Vicknair?
Scott Vicknair, injury attorneys, we fight for the win.
Yeah. No,
All I needed was a little Scott Vicknair fixed everything. But wait, now that I can hear you again, you said 39 wins?
I said 39, but I really meant 42, which ain't much. And on the show, I said the same thing. I said that I literally said 39, then I was like 42, because ain't no much difference in 39 and 42.
And that's a real possibility. I just think shit would have to like who's getting hurt.
Hey, let me ask you this.
I don't think it, yeah, go ahead.
You're gonna believe Justin thinks that Raising Cane's is better than Popeyes. That's the person you gonna believe in this situation?
Oh, he said one day, and this was a while ago. He said one thing he never gets wrong is numbers.
Yeah, but he think that Raising Cane's is better than Popeyes, so automatically,
yeah, that kind of throws everything out.
Yeah, it don't even really matter.
And he was like defiant about it too.
Yeah, and then the crazy thing too is like he probably ordered, like, you know how people be like, man, sub the slaw for extra fries. Justin probably be like extra slaw.
First of all, that's a crazy phrase to even say.
Sub the slaw.
Sub the slaw is like is
No
outrageous, bro. Is that's like sub the slaw just as a phrase is diabolical. Like to even
my bad, Justin. My bad.
Yeah, but like dog, like I just don't like. The only thing I think that keeps them away from that 45 win range again is injury. Like like regular season wise, I think that they're gonna have another solid to good, or really good regular season. I really do.
So okay, so what do you say? 45? 45 was your answer?
I'm going with I think I'm being conservative saying 47.
I said 39 per Justin, which I did, and then eventually I said 42. I'm Look, 42 for me. I said this, you couldn't hear me, but I said you giving a bunch of offensive talent to a defensive coach.
Yep.
We have no way to figure out how to implement these things. You adding talent to a team. You adding talent to a team that has to gel in year one. That I don't see that working in the NBA. Not to say that it can't work. I'm just saying, well, what we have, bro, Chris, we 0-24 in 4 quarters. There was not an adjustment made for 82 basketball games
Right.
in the season. I don't really feel like that's crazy.
No, I mean, I get what you're saying, but I'm saying like, so what changed last year and the year before is what I'm saying. Like nothing's changed. It's the same. What you're telling me now was the same problem last year, and with good health, they finished with 45 wins. So I'm saying if they have good health again with those same, let's say those issues don't get any better. If they have good health again, because they have a generational talent and a bunch of other really talented players, some that fit well together and some don't, they're not gonna win. They're not gonna win 39 or 42 wins. They are going to at least win 45 games by default, and I'm going with 47. For real.
So you saying I'm undervaluing? Are you saying I'm undervaluing the roster?
No, I think we're focusing too much on the center position. As much as I agree it needs to be changed, and as much the concern that I have about the Brandon Ingram situation, I don't think it's enough to stop them from having a good regular season.
Oh, this last year.
Because somebody's going to surprise. I don't know who. It happens every year.
Mm-hmm.
It happens every year. Someone is going to surprise. Someone that you're not expecting is going to get better. And if you're telling me that you have subbed out, you've moved out Larry Nance, Jonas being gone is going to be missed certain nights, but no Dyson Daniels, no Najee Marshall, but some of these other guys that people were clamoring and hoping to get minutes last season are going to play. You could make an argument that they'll be even better by default.
You think losing a utility person like Najee? I'm just asking the question. How much Willie love Larry Nance? You think adding DeJounte, just DeJounte on his own, and 2 young centers would keep the team the same or make them better?
Well,
because you said 47 wins, so that's only 2 less wins.
Yeah, I mean, but no, I'm not saying that it's going to make it. That it's not going to necessarily make them better by default. But I am saying the talent drop off by default is going to be better. Jordan Hawkins is going to play more by default, right? Maybe a guy like Reeves is playing. Matt Ryan will have an opportunity to play minutes. Yeah, I mean, you're gonna have. I think Daniel Tice is gonna have nights where he gives you serviceable minutes. Like, I just think the drop off is different, man.
Mm-hmm. I ain't mad
like
at that.
There were nights that J.R. Reed was closing games for this team, bro.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. They were nights that Najee Marshall was closing games. Dyson Daniels, like, I do think adding DeJounte is a big part, but I just think that if you're telling me Herb Jones and Trey Murphy or Herb Jones and C.J. McCollum's coming off your bench, like, that's going to be a problem. You know, I just do. I don't think teams are going to necessarily be looking forward to having to deal with that. As ugly as it may look, they could go out there with no coach. You ain't gonna be necessarily happy about their best 2 players coming off the bench being a dude that averaged 20 points per game, fucking however many years, and a dude that made his first defensive All NBA team and finally shot, a really good percentage from 3 last year. It can do a little bit of all, whether it's Herb or if it's the other way and it's Trey Murphy. I think we got to give that element a little bit more credit. I sound like Willie Green, but
you did sound like Willie Green right there. Yeah. You look like Justin, sound like Willie. Hey, look, I put the link in the chat, man. Anybody want to talk? Anybody want to bring up? If chat, y'all got anything y'all want us to talk about? Like, I mean, ain't a whole lot of Karlo Matkovic highlights I could play. So, no, you know what I'm saying? Like, we just kicking it at this point.
Man, but see, I also wish the roster was, like this conversation would be a lot easier during training camp or during like the preseason where we can start really like diving into like what the rotation is gonna look like.
Mm-hmm.
Because we just speculating in a lot of different ways. You know what I'm saying? But like,
I mean, that's all we can.
That's all we could do. But I mean, yeah, man, I'm serious. Like, you name me. How many teams can you name me? And no matter what team it is, outside of Boston and and a few others that have been that you are saying are championship contenders or deep playoff run contenders right now. How many other teams can you name that are in the same position that the Pelicans are right now, talking about talent, roster, and shit that ain't gonna be a reality once the season starts? We doing this shit on paper. How many other teams you thinking of in the West got a better 6 and 7 coming off their bench to Herb Jones and CJ McCollum for you, or Trey Murphy and Herb Jones, or CJ and Trey, whatever the fucking combination is?
I mean, not a lot. Like you talk that. Look, honestly, that's quality. That's quality on the bench. That's quality. I ain't no way to knock that. You know what I'm saying? That's those players being on your bench. You know what I'm saying? I think that's a statement to the team. And I'm not the person doubting the talent. I'm just doubting how it's gonna work. But I do want to give a shout out to I see my dog in the chat. Hold up. This is my partner, man, from Port Allen, man. This NBA young boy manager.
Hey.
My dog, you know what I'm saying? He in the building.
Shout out
Y'all
to
need anything? Holla at him, man. You know what I'm saying? He holding Port Allen down. I don't know if he wanted me to tell all that. But yeah. So
time out. Barry Bonds, bro. You don't see the same. I know I live in Chicago, bro, but I never be a Bears fan, bro. That's not Saints fan until I'm in the dirt, unfortunately.
They go put you there.
Slowly.
Man, we got Cole in the building, man. Cole's the only person who wanted to join the show, man. Shout out to my dog Cole, man. What's up, Cole?
Shout out to Cole, man. Cole always supporting. What up, Cole?
Man, say,
like, he started that shit like a BR, like a dude from BR, man. Go ahead.
First question: how many minutes y'all think Messi really gonna play?
No.
I'm gonna let Chris take the answer on that one first.
Dog, if he play more than 5 minutes a game, bro, if that, son, 5 minutes a game is where like no more than 5 minutes a game. And he shouldn't play that. He shouldn't play that. But I know everybody want to throw him into the G League. Like there's a chance that he will play, spend some time in G League, but he gonna be on the bench, bro. He gonna be traveling with the team. I just don't see them being in a situation where they can afford to not have him rostered. But I think Tice, unless Missy is just he beats out Karlo, which I don't think is currently constructed. I think Karlo's the better player for whatever that's worth. But if they don't trade Brandon Ingram, and Brandon Ingram ain't traded for like Jared Allen or some shit like that, Missy's going to play, and I got him at like hopefully no more than 5 minutes a game, dog.
That's my answer, Cole. Between 5 to 6 minutes. That's it.
So, what y'all think Tyson and your boy Carlo getting like? I think they both gonna get like 20 minutes a game.
That's interesting.
I would say probably 15, 20.
Right.
Yeah. I got Tice around 20. I think Karlo would be somewhere between 10 to 15. And I think the rest is just gonna be like mortgaged through small ball lineups.
What about JRE?
Shit, bro, I keep forgetting JRE. I keep
The
forgetting
back, that's the backup 4. What you mean?
I keep forgetting JRE. I don't know, but he seemed to. But let me tell y'all something. JRE walk around like he's gonna be playing this year, dog.
I mean, shit. Why wouldn't he at this point?
And why wouldn't he be? Why wouldn't he? So yeah.
Hey,
so
hey,
between
look,
you know what I mean.
the thing with JRE is he was a rotational player in OKC.
He was.
JRE could hoop.
Right.
Is if you just go have him on the perimeter shooting threes though, that ain't gonna be it.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't really know. Cole, let me ask you this: who you think a better player between, or not even who a better player? Do you think Reeves is gonna cut into Hawkins' minutes this year?
Yeah, because Willie treating Hawkins like he treated Trey. He don't give a damn about Hawkins.
Ooh.
Hawkins don't got no guaranteed minutes. He don't even got it. You see how he did him last year? It was like, what's gonna change this year? Like,
Shit. I mean, it gotta be that he ain't got them same folks to to lean on right now. You take away Larry, Dyson, and Najee, fuck. I what other guards you got coming off the bench outside of Jose?
that's what I'm saying. So he going. It's minutes for him to play. So he gonna play.
Yeah, he gonna play. He gonna play by default. I just hate the way like this is my problem when we was talking about summer league. Even when Dyson was a Pelican, Lito, it's like having these dudes out here doing things that they're not gonna do in the league, and to have people comment on them. It don't help It don't help nobody. Like having Jordan Hawkins play point guard, bro. Why is that?
Why are you doing
Now
that?
everybody like, let's trade him.
Yeah, everybody talk about he can't handle. Well, no shit, nigga. I knew he couldn't handle.
He's not handling the ball in the game.
If Jordan Hawkins is handling the basketball ever, if he's ever playing point guard, something's went really, really wrong.
We getting the lottery pick.
Yeah. So like no shit he can't dribble. Like no shit he gained maybe 5-10 pounds. Like, yeah. But that ain't what he gonna be asked to do when the season start. I mean, I get it, but like his goal gonna be, hey bro, shoot these threes in transition. Come around this screen, come around this curl, go sit in that corner.
Klay Thompson.
Right. He ain't asked to do nothing else.
Why do you think that? Why are people? I see people making a comment that summer league is where you're supposed to work on your weaknesses, but like, I don't see a spot in this summer where Jordan Hawkins ever was playing point guard anywhere in any run in any drill. Like everything that he probably did was to play in gravity, playing with either Brandon, Zion, CJ, not DeJounte. So, like, why do you? And this, I guess, this is an Aaron Miles question because he's coaching it. But like, I don't. Oh, is there another guard? I'm gonna have to look at the summer league roster because I like who's the other guard?
They had a guard that got hurt. One of the guards that the original point guard got hurt, so he wasn't supposed to. I don't think he was supposed to be the point guard, even though they did want him handling the ball. But it's like even still, bro, like he's not all the shit that Hawkins would be doing or that could be doing that would make people like excited about him. It does not make people excited about summer league basketball because him attacking closeouts ain't gonna make people be like, oh man, like I can't wait to see Hawkins this year. Him doing the same shit that you thought he could do already is, it's like he's limited in what he can really do to surprise.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you're being real, him shooting the ball, grabbing rebounds, being a better defender, that ain't gonna make people happy necessarily until they see it with the actual roster. So he kind of in a lose-lose situation, I think, with the summer league, bro. Because like you're not playing to his strengths, and his strength ain't gonna never be setting up offenses, creating for himself, running a team, creating off the dribble necessarily.
So look, I got one more question. All right, assuming that we don't trade BI before the season starts, y'all think we try to trade him at the deadline, or he gonna play out the season?
Man, if they don't trade him by the deadline, I think I don't think you afford to do that. I don't think you can afford to let him play this whole season and just walk. I said yesterday on the show that, to me, I think the whole thing about Brandon's value is overrated. I think there have been trades that have been presented to them. I think Griff just don't see it as him actually winning the trade.
Right.
So that's why I
the
don't
AD
even
trade.
know. Yeah.
He don't want to look like he lost the AD trade. So yeah,
It's all pride and ego. I'm kind of. I really think, Cole, it depends on who's available at the deadline and how good they're doing. Because if they somehow make this shit work, then I don't think that there's a way that they they end up moving them at the deadline.
Apparently, if they get 49 wins, that's a good enough season for them. So if they get 49 wins, he's gonna get it.
So it really depends. If you don't come into the year with an extension and they can't trade him and he's playing regular season games, if they are winning basketball again, I don't think that they'll trade him, and it just become a situation where they'll look at this shit again in the offseason and more than likely find him a sign and trade partner towards whatever team he would be signing with anyway. Because there's been some teams that I've heard that are interested in him. They just don't want to fucking pay the price, to necessarily get him.
Yeah, we was talking about that earlier. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's teams out there that have interest, but like for whatever reason, like we were saying, like I think that the ego part of it is not good. Hold up, Cole, before you go, fuck, nobody else ain't up here. So before you go, does it bother you that neither one of your two centers on a summer league roster can get you 10 rebounds in a summer league game?
Yes and no, because they should be able to, but at the same time, being realistic, I just need y'all to give me 8. Like, can I get 8? If I can get 8 from y'all and 8 from Zion, 8 from Tice, 5 from Herb and Trey, 5 from BI, 5 from Murray, like we straight.
Yep, I agree. Because you put all the pressure on Jonas grabbing rebounds, and that still puts you in situations where you gave up crucial rebounds. And even when it mattered the most, he wasn't on the floor anyway. So what's the difference between the guys you got now and Larry Nance closing games? It's all the same to me. Like, I don't really think it's that big of a difference. Just the other guys out there got to go. They got a game rebound, right? DeJounte gonna give you 5 or 6 rebounds. They got to figure it out as a group. I'm not concerned about the rebounding. I'm concerned about the communication or miscommunications on defense, and I'm concerned about what kind of system or what kind of flow or setup they're going to run offensively if this team is constructed as they currently are right now, that's going to maximize all these different individuals that are going to want the basketball at once.
So, okay, I feel like that sounds good, because that's what basketball should be, is a team game, a team rebounding game. But in the event that, like, there's no clear rebounding advantage from a play on the floor, like, I think that, like, for instance, Carlo yesterday had 4 rebounds. I don't know what Missy had, but I don't think he had over 5.
He had 3.
He had 3?
Yep.
Like, 3 rebounds being, to me, the person who, I don't know. I ain't saying I feel bad about it, and I do understand the summer league, but to me, like, I just don't see it translating, because if you can't rebound there, how you gonna rebound in an actual NBA game?
Right. That's what I'm thinking. You 7 feet, you only giving me 3 rebounds in a summer league game, dog.
That's pretty bad. But I mean, again, I don't expect Missy to play many minutes at all, man. I think the real conversation is between Carlo, Tice, and the group of others that they got, and being able to grab rebounds. Like, if you wasn't closing games with Jonas anyway, like you got to find a way to get, to grab those 10 rebounds he gave you in 20 minutes or between the group of y'all. And hopefully if they smart, they're scoring more basketball, like they're scoring the basketball more to where some of these rebounds are easier to grab. But that's on the staff and that's on the group to play faster and to play into 2024 basketball, man.
So you saying there's a disconnect? Not only is it a disconnect in NBA games, but in summer league games, it's a disconnect in the coaching staff from what they see on the floor too.
It's gonna be a long season, bro. I just want 45 wins. Get me in the play-in. Just run it back. Just do the thing. Do the Pelicans thing. Man, win 45 games, get in the play-in, lose in the first round, run it back. Whatever.
That's what it sounds like, dog. That's what until like look, it's 45, 46, 47 wins until proven otherwise for me.
See, and that's the thing. That's the thing for me too, though, because like these shit start to add up, right? Like you about to be in year 2 of the design extension, which means he has 3 more years left on the deal. You got to think that. I mean, I don't know if people are. I'm not trying to speak negativity, but like you got to think that it's a chance that motherfucker don't resign after this deal is up, or he goes into the last year of this deal saying, "Damn, dog. Not only have I not went to the playoffs, but we can't get out of the first round or whatever." Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think you got to take all that into account when you like, for instance, everybody's like, "Well, man, they won 49 games last year," and yeah, but like. When you got a generational talent on your team, look at what Brian did. Even though I'm not comparing them to, but like Brian, when he lost that last game in against Orlando, and Brian was like, he looked around and was like, I can't do this shit with these boys. Like I can't win with them.
But son, the only difference in that, and I'm not saying you 100% wrong with that. Zion ain't played a playoff game.
Absolutely, no, absolutely.
Like who the fuck is Zion and say y'all ain't got out the first round? Like, you ain't played a first round game. What you mean we ain't got the first round? Nigga, can you suit up so we can see if we get out the first round? What the fuck? Like,
absolutely. But I'm saying, Chris, you know how that go here. You know how that go here. This is different.
I get that, and I'm not saying you wrong, and that could 100% happen. He might not take no accountability for how the shit go, and it could be a complete dumpster fire. But at least with AD, right? Like AD when they got to the playoffs, they won a series. They really got a chance to see this shit don't work no matter what we do. Even if I'm here, like, and I'm healthy, the shit don't work. CP, it was the same thing. He got to multiple, he got to 3 playoff appearances, got to won a playoff series, was close to winning 2. You know what I'm saying? Like, they got a chance to see that shit. Zion has not played a playoff game, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
if he was healthy, yeah, I mean, like, if he was healthy, like, who knows who they may not even end up playing Oklahoma City, or if they do, they at least, I at least give him a chance to win a couple games out the fucking series. Like, but you don't know until he plays a playoff game. Like, everything is dependent on him. So it's by that point, bro, what the people gonna say? You know what we gonna be talking about? If Zion come out, let's say Zion don't never play a playoff game. Let's say he hurt the rest of the way, and he come out and demand a trade. What we gonna be talking about? How the fuck can this motherfucker end up? Like, we gonna be asking like the most logical questions.
Mm-hmm.
So if that happens, like, the front office deserves some blame, but he would as well.
Well, then this is my last bold statement. Zion gonna play at least 70 games again this year, and he gonna play at least 1 playoff game. I'm gonna leave on that note.
He said, "Leave
there you
one.
go.
At least 1."
All right, Cole. Keep fighting for the win, dog.
You already know. Shout out to Scott.
Dog. Appreciate it.
Already.
All right, man. Anybody else want to talk some basketball, bro? Again, I am posting the link right here from the Buku Media. Whoa.
Happy NCAA football day.
Real.
Me and Lito played a game. All I'm gonna tell y'all is that it was 56-57.
Nobody deserved to win.
A motherfucker's got some work to do, man. All that shit I don't talking about. I will say, give me like 5 to 10 games. You know what I'm saying? Kind of learn this shit, man. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was sweet. I was like, man, I'm gonna pick a trash town. I'm gonna go with Southern Mississippi. So he matched and went with North Texas.
Mm-hmm.
God awful. We're gonna try to run this shit back with actual good teams and see what that shit look like. That was god awful.
Nobody deserved to win that game. It was so many turnovers, so many interceptions. Shit, man. I'm running out of shit to talk about if nobody. What's up?
Oh, I mean, shit, man. We could go through the questions, man. We could get a quick word in from you know what I'm saying, from Company Burger. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a bunch of things that we could
Young
do.
Jermaine, yeah, man, run the Company Burger. We gonna get to the questions.
Yeah, man. You know, let's go ahead and if I can find it here. Let's see what it. Oh yeah. I'm sitting here doing everything what I'm supposed to be finding here. Where's that? Boom. Justin,
Company Burger is the official burger of Pro Pels Talk and Boot Crew Media. Located at 4600 Ferret Street, Company Burger has been locally owned and operated for 11 years. Grind the meat, bake the buns, make the mayo, get the homemade tots. Company Burger uses Creekstone Farms prime beef to create the best burger in the city with milkshakes to go and a full bar. Company Burger is open every day besides Tuesday from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Can't make it out? No worries, we have you covered. You can order online right now at thecompanyburger.com or check them out on the Toast or Uber Eats app. Company Burger, the official burger of Boot Crew Media.
Yeah.
It was Creekstone Farms prime beef, if anybody wanted to know that.
Yeah, man. Shout out to the tots, man. Shout out to the tots. Let's get to some of these questions so we can get the hell up out of here, man.
Yeah, all right, man. So first and foremost, shout out to Follw boy. This ain't a question, but he gave us $5, man. That's love. That's lunch money for tomorrow. Thank you, Follw boy. Carlo is not going to be Jonas or Willie Hernangomez. He just needs to get 10 and 8.
Easier said than done.
Yeah, like
easier said than done. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh man. Let's see. Cap Manny 2020. Shout out to you. That's the only question with the moves that we made so far. I believe it will work. All right, man. Shout out to you for the optimism, bro. Like you didn't really have a question, but shout out to that.
Shout out to
Alexis, man. Alexis, shout out to you for pulling up. You always in here. You know what I'm saying? That's love. The roster can work as long as they fight, compete, and have integrity. We'll be fine. That's real. I don't disagree with that. Actually, I do, but
I know, man.
No, you've been on 3,000. You've been on 3,000 a day. I've been seeing your comments. Let's see. Could you shout out to Dennis133? Could you see them play at a faster pace this year? I can't. I want to hear Chris's point, but I can't. I think with DeJounte, you adding DeJounte, you know what I'm saying, putting the basketball in his hands, just seeing how he plays, I think that they can and they will.
I mean, look, if the offense is free flowing by design, pretty much as is, and it's putting the basketball in these guys' hands, I think by default it's going to be fat. Like if you were putting the ball in DeJounte Murray's hands, and you're putting the ball in Zion Williamson's hands, and you're allowing CJ McCollum and you're allowing Trey Murphy to run, like they're going to get faster, like simply by default. You got, and whether it's Missy, Tice even runs the floor really well. Like whether it's Karlo, Missy, whatever the case is there, you are clearly building a team that is built and structured, and the principles started in with them playing fast.
Yeah,
it's just one guy. That's the question mark.
It's crazy, man.
Oh, I like this one.
What you got?
Y'all talk about a center. Golden State had no great center. Toronto won. I'm so glad he said this. Oh, I'm so glad you said this. I'm so glad Toronto won a chip with no good center. Shit, Cleveland won with no good center. Let's talk about it.
So first of all, he said Golden State won with no great center.
Right. So Charles, my brother,
Yeah.
the Pelicans don't, as constructed, have a good center.
They don't have an average center.
An average center. At least Cleveland could throw out Tristan Thompson, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Toronto, who was the big for Toronto? I gotta go back.
Damn, that's a good question. That was 2021?
Yeah, it's somebody that was at least solid. And once I see it, I'm gonna be like, damn. Serge Ibaka.
Serge.
Yeah. And Marc Gasol.
Yep. That's two pretty damn decent centers, man.
Pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was those two. I could be wrong. I know Serge was on that team though.
Pretty damn decent center, Chris.
Where's this damn? Hold on, let me.
They have Chris Boucher.
Yep.
Serge.
Yeah.
They had Eric Moreland didn't really do a damn thing, but he was on
Marc Gasol and Serge Ibaka, bro, and Chris Boucher. So I say that they okay. So that's Toronto. Cleveland, we already said Kevin Love. We already said Tristan Thompson. Like, even serviceable. Golden State, Andrew Bogut. They had Festus Ezeli, who got paid. They've had Kevon Looney.
Look, dog, but look, this is the thing. When you say Golden State, right? Like, you have a dude who there's no game plan for. You don't need to have a great center. Okay. You don't need to have a great center when you got fucking Steph Curry, who you gonna guard as soon as he cross half court. Like, it's not too many people that have that kind of gravity. And also, like, that team is just a little bit, they just built different. You had the two greatest shooters of all time on one team with a six forward who was the defensive player of the year who could guard 1 through 5. Like, it's kind of hard to like recreate that. And then you had Looney, who was serviceable in his role too. So
that's my only argument, is that those guys are serviceable. And no, Serge did get hurt, but Serge played 29 games that year in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Like these guys, the Pelicans, you would have to say that they have guys that are even on that level. They don't have anyone close to those dudes. When we're talking a veteran, when we're talking about cachet, when we're talking about accolades in the league, like, they don't. Marc Gasol was past his prime. Pelicans don't have anybody close to their prime or past their prime that's worth talking about, like.
And then on the other end of that, on the other end of the conversation, you talking about LeBron James. Like, what we doing? We talk about LeBron James in Cleveland, bro.
I mean, look, man, maybe we'll be saying we talk about Zion Williamson at some point, like that, the same way you said that.
Maybe, man. Maybe.
This from Will Chill. Appreciate the donation, bro. Can the next show be on Herb Jones and how his splits on the Kawhi trajectory? Now he got the number 2 jersey as well. We can talk about that.
That's a good. I like that.
I don't see it, but I get where it's coming from.
I don't see it either, but yeah.
Shout out to your guy. Shout out to BI.
Yeah, man.
Is this team right now playoff material?
I mean, I would say they're a playing team.
I think they're in the discussion. I think that they're in a discussion with a bunch of other teams. Like, I think once you start talking like the first 4 or 5, they're right back where they were last year, fighting for 6 through 10. But I still think, like, how about this, Lito? I think they got a better chance of winning 50 or finishing the year with 50 games if healthy than they do at 40 games. Well, wins.
You got it. Oh, okay.
I think they got a better shot at finishing at 50 wins if healthy than 40 wins.
Okay. Okay. That's cool.
Is DeJounte Murray considered an offensive talent?
Made 208 threes. So that's not offense. I don't really know what is.
Can pass the basketball, can rebound the basketball, get in transition, athletic, can shoot the three, can shoot the mid-range, can create for himself, create from others. Have nights where he's at 20-10, have nights where he's close to triple-double. That's an offensive talent. Trying not to be disrespectful, because I believe that Neo was asking a genuine question. So Tice got to play 25 minutes. Oof.
Probably. Might.
Chris, you said it best. How many teams have a 6th and 7th man off the bench who can start on any other team no matter who the starting 5 is?
I ain't mad at that.
I like this. I like this one, Donald. Issue is not the bench, it's the starting 5. Current roster has potential to be worse than last year's, which will lead to an awkward closing lineup. Hey. The closing lineup, and I got to go back and watch the show in full because I know you and 5, and I think Justin as well, all pick closing lineups. It is as currently constructed. Boy, tough call there. Shouldn't be though. The Celtics just won with rotational bigs because Kristaps was hurt for a majority of the playoffs. But again, one of their rotational bigs, my dog, was Al Horford.
See, context is important right there.
It's Al Horford, bro. Like, if we were talking about the Pelicans having Brook Lopez or somebody, even close to Al Horford's almost 40, dog. Like, but he's miles better. Mountains better than what the Pelicans can throw out there, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. I get you, Neo, but Al Horford, he just isn't an average rotational big, man.
Al Horford been good since like fucking I was in high school.
And that's forever ago.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
What you think, Lito?
Chris, have you ever seen the elephant?
Yep.
Like, have you seen a leopard change its stripes? Like its spots? Have you seen the spots on a leopard change?
But just because I haven't seen it, does that mean that it can't happen?
Yeah, but if there's no photo evidence of it, if there's not a receipt, did it really happen?
I see what you're saying. Did you guys see what David Griffin said about BI trade today? Lane, I did not, bro.
I did not.
Somebody fill me in.
What do you say, man?
I don't know. What do you say, man? Hawkins needs to be able to protect the ball. This is basketball. All his turnovers are not at point. First of all, I gotta give myself some credit. Listen, I ain't even tripping, y'all. Like, all of us ain't great typers. All of us ain't got the greatest vocabulary, you know what I'm saying? But I'd be able to know what y'all be saying. Is that a problem? What does that say about me?
You dyslexic. Or you autistic.
I know exactly. I know exactly what he means here. What do you think about this, though, Lito? That's actually a good point. He needs to protect the ball. All his turnovers are not at point guard.
I agree that he, in general, does need to protect the basketball. I think, though, Cole was about to ask him if he's ever seen an elephant without his trunk, but then I just didn't feel like going on it. What, man?
Why you about to ask me what?
Huh?
What What was you about to ask me?
I'm just saying, like, you ain't never seen an elephant.
Finish the question.
What the question was?
All right, man. Is this team playing worthy?
I mean, that's
Yep. Playing, playoff, all of that. I just don't think that they're a lottery team. Justin said with Zion, they win at least 2 games against OKC. I agree, Justin.
Maybe.
Lito, Tice max games played in the season is 66 in 10 seasons.
He on the right team.
They you better watch some Larry Nance fan. They're gonna run you into the ground, dog.
They gonna do what?
Run him into the ground?
Okay.
That's crazy.
Hey, if you feel good about it, let's just keep moving.
That's crazy. Call it. Put on the line or what?
Put it on the line. It's cool. Put it on the line.
Timekeeper, where you at? Go ahead.
How do y'all feel about Griff saying BI is mechanically incapable of being traded at this point? Lane A, I'm gonna be totally honest with you. I don't even know what the fuck that means. I don't know what it means. I can't answer it because I don't know what it means.
Is that what he said?
Like, what does that mean?
That BI is mechanically incapable.
Hold on. He said that on what? Hold on.
Okay. All right. I feel like I'm smart enough to be able to understand what he means. Like, I mean, does that basically mean we just not we not what the fuck does that mean? I'm making up shit. Let me see. Like, why does he talk like that? First of all, bro.
You need a thesaurus to keep up with.
Like, you are a basketball figure, brother. Why you got to talk to me?
Ingram is Kate. Hold on.
Stay with us. So I think from a relationship standpoint, we've been really clear we prefer Brandon stay with us, and Brandon's been pretty clear he prefers to stay with us. At the same time, there is a financial reality to this, and where I think we can go in terms of keeping this group together might not be as far as he and his agency would like us to be able to go. And so for now, we're going to play it out, and I think we're committed to each other. I think we're committed to seeing if this team can work in a way that makes it make sense. You know, we're not in a market where we get to be wrong. You know, unfortunately, right now in the NBA, a lot of markets and the person, and you know this, Ryan, the person in your position has to make decisions or they don't. In some markets, you don't have to make any decisions.
Turn this shit off. Because he ain't saying
a match and you hoard talent.
He just over.
So we're going to have to make sure it's fit.
Hold up, Chris. I need to hear him say mechanically incapable.
We can do that with Brandon in a sustainable way. We want to do it. And I think he feels the same. Do you feel his value around the league is high? Are there a bunch of interested teams?
That's a good question.
Yeah, so
that's a really good question.
I told you that coming into the offseason, his value was incredibly high, and he was one of the players that everybody on our team, or everybody asked our team about. I think what happens is, and Ryan, you know this really well, when you don't have to pay them, you want all of them. Right? And then you actually have to hand them $50 million a year.
Okay.
Mechanically, it gets complicated. And so I think one of the things that's fascinating about this new CBA is the teams that benefit the most from a player like a Brandon Ingram are teams like ours that think we're a Brandon Ingram away from being a championship caliber team. Mechanically, this CBA doesn't allow most of them to make a trade. So this is the first market.
I see what you mean.
There are a lot of guys.
I see what he means.
Incapable of being traded.
I see what he means.
Okay. The context. The context is better.
He's arguing that Brandon Ingram on their particular team, and I'm assuming from a top heavy talent perspective, makes him more valuable in regards to winning games in his mind than it would for a team that will be adding Brandon on maybe on more of a shallow team in this current CBA landscape, and then having to pay him $50 million.
You think Griff ever listened to Soulja Slim though? Because he was like, was just kind of like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't, like, you want him, but then you got to pay for it. And I was just like, damn, he ain't really listen to the prophecy. Because Slim
he did say he'd pay for it if he wanted it. Pause.
That's
That's probably a little crazy. That's probably. But we can't be disrespecting our legends, bro.
No, not at all. Not at all. This is a Propels Slow to Slim Talk.
Yep. Man, with all these trash centers currently on the roster, we might as well see what it would take to trade back with Steven Adams.
Didn't he tore his ACL? I think David. I know he in Houston right now.
Yeah, he's a Rocket.
I don't really like how you said that, but Gus Bus. Did we get into the luxury tax?
But that's okay.
That's that man name, bro. I can't really. Yes, you did get into the luxury tax for Carlo. I don't exactly have the number in front of me, but at this current moment, the Pelicans are in the tax.
What move does Carlo have that stands out? I would say if he sets a solid screen, or if he's in screening position, the move that stands out the most to me is his movement out of the roll. I think, yeah. I think.
Wait, this is important though. High pick and roll, or like top of the key high pick and roll, or
top of the key high pick and roll. I think in regards to movement, how explosive he is out of his attempt to set a screen. Now, the effectiveness of the screen is a whole different situation, but his explosiveness out of the screen in the short roll, I think, is the most impressive thing that he offers. And he seems to be very comfortable making the next decision out of that.
Bro. Where are we at?
Just found a Drought 3 disc in an old DVD case.
Yeah. You need a lottery ticket deal. You gotta go play the lottery, dog.
That's fire, dog. I'm gonna need you to. I'm gonna have to go listen to Drought 3, man. I like my seat down low and my windows lightly cracked. Ryan with a bat. All right. With a girlfriend in the back, I like to get red. Will Griff fumble the trade? I didn't mean to do that. Kicked him off screen. There we go. Will Griff fumble the trade extension if they don't get the BI situation sorted soon?
Ooh, that's a good question.
That is a really good question.
That's a good question. It's possible. I say it's possible. I mean, you don't really hear Trey talking about it, but you gotta know. Like, it's heavy on his mind because who got paid? Who got paid? What's your boy from 76ers got paid?
Like KJ Martin?
Max. What Max?
Yeah. Like over 20 mil. He got the max.
He ain't getting that, but
Maxi got the max. Or did the max get the maxi?
Next question. I don't even want to answer no more.
For sure. Here's the question. Shout out to Young Prospect. How many games do y'all think Willie's going to cost the team with his stubbornness and incompetence next season? Man. And this is where the winning games element comes into play. Because they have one too many players for him to be able to make the right call on how to juggle which player at what time, especially when it comes to crucial moments in closing games. How he's supposed to decide, and this is where the front office and even in their attempts to shed some of his most prized players and rotational pieces, this is where the front office gets in the way this time. Because if you're worried about his choices with those guys, how is he going to choose between who closes games with DeJounte, CJ, Herb, Trey, Brandon, Zion? How is he going to choose who plays and who doesn't in a tightly contested game? Because you can't tell me it's going to be game to game situational, and you just kind of figuring it out that way. You can't tell me that's the way it's going to go. And none of those guys are centers.
I don't have a lot of faith in situation, and I don't be really trying to slander him, so I'll just say, I think it's possible. I think it's possible that his stubbornness will cost him a couple games. And I don't even know if it's his stubbornness, it's just his inability to make changes on the fly.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that while I think that they're gonna have a nice level of offensive firepower that I do think will overwhelm a lot of teams. They're gonna run into, when they play the good team specifically that know their five and know who they're closing with, they're gonna run into trouble in those close games because how do you choose? You can't have 6 or 7 players out there. So how do you ultimately choose? You gotta assume the closing lineup is gonna come down to it won't have an actual center on the floor. But who do you choose to put on the bench to close games and why? Which all points back to they gotta still be fishing for a Brandon Ingram trade. Don't hate on USM. Justin, I don't hate Southern Mississippi. They hated on me today.
Nah, that was your fault.
Yeah.
That's a good question. I'm ready to talk about this. That's a good question.
Better than Ray and Reggie at shooting? Ooh.
That's a good question. So listen, Cole, this is the point. Okay, so look, you gotta break this down mechanically. You gotta break this down mechanically. Ray Allen played 1,300 career games. Reggie played 1,300 career games. They both have Ray Allen has 2,900 threes. Reggie made 2,500, right? In 793 games, Clay got 2,400.
See, I don't like this.
I'm just saying, I'm just giving you what the numbers say. I ain't making an opinion.
If you swap Ray Allen, like, okay, boom, right? They did play in a different era and they played on different teams. So like the best Ray Allen to me wasn't even Milwaukee Ray, it was Seattle Ray. To me, the best overall Ray Allen was Seattle Ray Allen. So boom, his co-star was Rashard Lewis. Clay and Ray was the number one option. Clay is the second option, who eventually got to be a third option. He got to play with the other best shooter of all time. So I don't like that. So Ray, I'm picking Ray over Clay. And Reggie, again, for a good majority of his career, was the number one option.
Yeah. I'm going to say yeah.
Now, Clay the better spot-up shooter. Clay probably the best spot-up shooter I ever seen in my life.
He is.
I give him that. When it comes to spot-up shooter, Clay the GOAT. To me.
Let me ask you this. Would you be surprised to find out that like Clay only have like 70 more made threes than Brian? Does that surprise you? Or does that just say like Brian is just...
No. I mean, it maybe, but I mean, Brian's the all-time fucking scoring leader.
Yo, Brian got 56,000 career minutes. Like, if you put that in perspective, son.
How many days is that?
56,000? Let's see.
Yeah.
Let me see. This is the only place where you get this kind of talk from. Like, nobody else gives you this kind of content.
Yeah. Do the knowledge. Sorry.
How many minutes? Oh, hold on. You waiting on me?
Yeah.
56,000 minutes is how many days? 38.
Okay. A little bit over a month. Clay was a better defender. Yeah. Now, Brett, I got you there. I'm sorry, you got me there. He's definitely the better defender than Ray and Reggie.
Better two-way player?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But Ray's the better. He's the better overall player between the three. And if I had one shot, like I had one person to take a jump shot for like my life between the three, you gotta take Reggie Miller.
Hey, y'all, is Jamal Crawford a Hall of Famer?
No.
But Tracy McGrady is.
Maybe. Oh, T-Mac definitely Hall of Fame. Jamal. Well, everybody gets into the Hall of Fame. So Jamal and Jamal's probably Hall of Fame.
I'm saying 19,000 career points. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Jamal Hall of Famer. But in comparison to T-Mac, I think it's unfair though.
Top 15 all time.
Yeah, he got however many like 6 man of the years. Like he played like damn near 20 years, some shit. Jamal in the Hall of Fame.
I ain't saying T-Mac ain't deserve to make it. I'm just saying T-Mac ain't deserve to make it.
For real?
What
do you have against T-Mac? Did you just not like Adidas? You didn't like the Got Milk commercials? What's your problem?
I love T-Mac was cold.
Were you lacking calcium as growing up? Like what don't you?
I'm just saying if you put his numbers up against,
bro, it was nigga. Do you not remember it was T-Mac Kobe?
Chris,
you old enough to remember this.
All I'm saying is if you put his numbers up against his numbers ain't there.
Son, I understand what you're saying, but there was a time T-Mac almost destroyed. Like we almost never got a chance to see the Detroit Pistons because of T-Mac.
Okay, so if you bring that up to me, then I gotta tell you he never made it out the first round. Don't do that. And then I gotta give you all the up 3-1s. He the starter.
That don't mean he's not a Hall of Famer.
I'm just saying.
He was playing with Pat Garrity. What you want me to do? It's not his fault. Tamia couldn't keep Grant Hill healthy, and Doc wouldn't let Tim Duncan's fucking family fly on the plane. That ain't his fault. He was playing with Pat Garrity and Michael Doliak.
This a Hall of Fame?
Yes.
Okay.
What are we talking? Darryl Armstrong.
Okay.
Shout out to DA, but no. What are we doing? Do you remember those teams,
bro?
Do you remember Matt Harpering?
Mac a jump.
I'm asking, do you remember Matt Harpering?
Yeah, Matt went to Vanderbilt, I think.
Mike Miller, like, with all due respect,
Mike was nice.
This was T-Mac. What are we doing? Now he's supposed to figure it out in Houston, but he couldn't stay healthy. That's a different story.
Okay, cool.
Let's keep moving on here. Me 5 and Lido playing center.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Y'all let me know how that go.
Shout out to Jared.
Draymond a better center.
Absolutely.
6'6".
Absolutely.
I like this one. Can y'all do a Willie breakdown and if how much of a difference he does and doesn't make and why is slow start getting him fired? This is really good.
Let me take a picture of this.
This is really, really good. Really good. I like it.
All right. We're gonna have to do that.
Hey Davis, that's one of my favorite questions or favorite statements, little setups in a while. Can Carlo check Joker or slow him down? What you think?
Hey, Benny the marble.
Why you don't disrespect my dog? First of all, it's Beanie. Don't disrespect Beanie like that.
How you know it's Beanie though?
It could be Benny.
Beanie ain't spelled like that.
Well, Benny ain't spelled like that either.
That's basically Ben E.
What if it's Benet?
You French? You gotta put a apostrophe on. Like you gotta. We need to listen.
Can you answer the man question, bro?
Nobody on heaven, earth, or hell could guard the Joker. Jesus could come down right now and play in his little sandals, and Jokic should give Jesus work. He crossed him out his little sandals.
I just want you to know Charles Pierre said Matt Harpering played with Frank at UNO.
Shout out to Frank, man. Hey, Frank be watching this show. Every time y'all hype him out, Frank texts me. So I just want y'all to know, Frank be paying attention. Shout out to Frank, man. Frank got a jumper. Frank like 42 years old. He still can shoot the basketball.
Who's the enforcer on this team, Lito?
I guess I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know.
DeJounte Murray.
I wanted to say Jose, but he like 5'9".
Yeah, I'm going with DeJounte Murray, man. Bro kind of look like Steph Curry on the cool.
Talking about you.
I know. I figured. I mean, it's better than middle dude.
Yeah, middle dude. Middle dude crazy.
You know, it just you get compared one light skinned dude, you get compared to all of them.
Hey, you know what happened the last time somebody said you look like Steph Curry on the show? You remember what happened?
No.
The dude called in and he just started moaning. Talking about
but his name was Jared's forehead.
No, that man was stalking us trying to get back on stage.
Yeah. He was
This
he did. That was the day he was moaning on the broadcast, but that was nasty. Nasty work. Big Papa.
Oh man.
In all caps.
Oh man.
Oh man. Here you go.
Ingram for Vucevic. I mean, no, I ain't gonna lie to you. At this point,
that's a robbery. Let me tell you something. That's a robbery.
She
Ayo Kahoot.
Ayo,
you get your starting center and 2 first-round picks. That's
but is Vuk is expiring? That's expiring. Because
I don't give a fuck what he is.
No, okay.
I don't give a fuck what you call that in tomorrow. I can't read that. Read that from Big Hank 75.
Come on, Hank, bro. I can't blank Clay just based off his edge up. All right. Real. DJ Big Crit is crazy. Yo, what's wrong with y'all, dog?
Terry McGill, did you play high school football, man? Football, man. I football and a little bit of track, man. My coach at the time didn't allow us to play multiple sports. I was better served in football.
This is at the school where you didn't have no basketball goal. You had the pole, you had to shoot the thing. That was that school.
Lake Forest didn't have a basketball team, man. He said high school ball.
So
Lake Forest was elementary school.
They had y'all in segregation.
We didn't have a basketball team. I just told you we didn't have a gymnasium. What you want me to say?
Why you call it you couldn't just say gym? Like you had to say the whole. We didn't have the remote. I couldn't find.
Why I say that?
I couldn't find the remote control.
Why?
Did you say remote?
We didn't have a gymnasium. It's kind of crazy. Yeah, so I my mom was hating on me though because I wanted to go. Shout out to Goretti, man. I wanted to play baseball and football with Goretti. My mom did not let me.
Why, man?
I don't know.
No,
I think you know what. I think we was too poor. But we wasn't even really poor like that. She just didn't want to spend the money. Maybe we was poor. Oh.
No, man, I ain't gonna lie. I kind of like I like hearing moms hate on you. Like I appreciate when anybody hate on you. So you know what I'm saying. Coach said you went to the same school as Ruby Bridges. Y'all was eating shepherd's pie for lunch. Like what y'all have for lunch?
Listen. That hat you got on is from Ruby Bridges' era.
This is my Negro Leagues hat.
You think you're better than me because you're wearing a Frank Robinson hat? Huh? you got your Satchel Paige on, and you want to.
That's crazy. How Frank Robinson had a gym and you ain't had a gym?
Shout out to Frank, man.
Frank was living through Jim Crow, and you out here, you free. You're free to choose whatever you want to. You could be whatever you want to be in life, and you choose to be a kid without a gym, or a kid who didn't have basketball goals at a school where you had to literally shoot a basketball at a pole with tape. That don't sound racist.
No man that still eats liver cheese today can ever talk to me like this.
Shout out to all the liver cheese in the world.
No man that still eats liver cheese today, like for recreation.
You gotta stay humble, dog. Gotta stay humble.
No. Like you can't talk to me like this. You can't.
We can meet in the
I won't allow
gymnasium.
it. That's not a little crazy.
That's totally crazy.
That's not a little crazy. That's not. You don't think that's.
Shout out to Standard Mortgage.
Audio Jungle.
Shout out to elementary school, man. I went to Terry, bro. I went to Our Lady of Lodge, bro. We had a gym. We was Forest Street. You know what I'm saying? We were city champs, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, and liver cheese is not. First of all, y'all little young privileged asses, y'all don't know nothing about no liver cheese. I eat liver cheese to keep me humble. You know what I'm saying? What you do is you buy liver cheese once a year, and you eat 2 slices of liver cheese. You put it on bread, and then you just never eat no more. You throw that shit away because you can't eat leftover liver cheese. But liver cheese will keep you humble. It keeps me grounded. It lets me know that I'm better than I was. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's why I eat liver cheese, man. So, and we used to hoop at Kroger. Kroger had a gym. Green had a gym. What that school is up there? Chris, they really had you living in segregation, dog.
Audio Jungle.
Lion Center had a gym.
Y'all have a good night.
Damn, everybody had a gym. You could have just, I don't even know. That's crazy, son. That's crazy. I really can't believe